For about a decade, documentary filmmaker James Fox has focused on UFO sightings in part because he had one. Tonight, his latest film, Out of the Blue, premieres on the Sci-Fi Channel. He joins us from San Francisco. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
So you got interested in UFOs after sighting what you believe to be one yourself. So tell us what happened.
Well, I was driving with a group of friends, and it was in the high desert of Nevada, roughly 120 miles northwest of Las Vegas. And we spotted a disc-shaped craft that hovered and maneuvered silently in the night sky for about 5 minutes. The sighting itself was spectacular, but what was even more interesting was the response I got from close friends and family members I was met with ridicule and laughter, and I thought, well, if they didn't believe me, then who would?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, while ratings show that there's clearly an interest, I think you'd agree that most people don't really buy the theory that there really are UFOs out there. I mean, after all, aren't most of these sightings hoaxes?
I would say 95 to 90% of all UFO-related material has been explainable in down-to-earth prosaic terms. That be misidentified aircraft, weather balloons, swamp gas, or even the planet Venus, for that matter. That's what Carter's sighting was explained away as.
So it's the other 5% that you're really interested in.
We focused with our film Out of the Blue on the core, 5% core of the most reliable cases from around the world, and from very high-ranking military officials. We went to Star City, Russia, England, France, met with five-star Admiral, President Ford, President Jimmy Carter. It's quite a interesting results of our investigation.
Well, the Sci-Fi Channel has hired a lobbyist now to try and get the government to release any secret documents that they might have on UFOs. Why do you think the government doesn't want that info out?
I would imagine, this is informed speculation, that if you could, if there were objects of unknown origin that could penetrate very sensitive airspace and fly rings around our fastest jets, those in a position of power wouldn't want to kind of relinquish that information to the general public for possible fear of causing another World of Worlds announcement, which happened in 1939 with Orson Welles.
So what does the government, or how do they explain some of these more high-profile sightings? You mentioned that Carter's explanation was a weather balloon of some sort.
The official explanation was the planet Venus with Carter, but we had the Roswell incident, which explained away as weather balloons, and of course when there were bodies mentioned, they said, well, it was dummies that were dropped out of the sky. And crash test dummies. So there's been a number of explanations, and ironically, some of the explanations given are more unbelievable than the event itself, which I find particularly interesting.
Well, we look forward to finding all about it when we watch your documentary, Out of the Blue, tonight at 9 p.m. on the Sci-Fi Channel. James Fox, thanks so much for joining us.
Sure, I also want to mention that my website, outoftheblue.tv, if anyone wants to find additional information.
Okay, thank you
so much.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Way to get that in there.